everyone, I am Kalonda Casey and I would like to welcome you back to my kitchen. I am so happy you are here today. Today is a little bit of a different type of video for me. I am back in the kitchen and I am making some autumn recipes. I am making what I consider the best chicken tortilla soup. It was a recipe given to me about 30 years ago from a coworker, and I have been making my chicken tortilla soup this way for that many years, and every time I make it, people rave about it. So I thought I would share the recipe with you all. I love it, and so does my family. The other thing I am making is something I have not made before. I have made zucchini bread before, but this is zucchini chocolate chip bread, and it just seems perfect for the beginning of fall. While you are watching today's video, if you like what you see, please consider subscribing to the channel and let me know you are new here so that I can properly welcome you. Leave a comment, ask your questions, and share the channel with your friends. We are growing and I am so appreciative of all of you. So without further ado, let's get started on the zucchini bread. First thing I'm going to do is shred my zucchini. And so they said the recipe called for 1 medium zucchini, which should be equivalent to a cup. So what you're going to do now is you are just going to start squeezing out all of the juice from the zucchini. I'm just using a lot of paper towels. You want this almost completely dry. I will change this out and put more paper towels. It is almost completely dry. Then I'll measure it. That is just a little bit more than a cup, so I did good. Okay, I am ready to put this all together. So what we're going to do is I'm adding 1 stick of melted butter. Okay, then I add in 1 cup of brown sugar. 1/4 cup maple syrup, 1/2 cup of plain Greek yogurt, 3 eggs. It doesn't say to beat the eggs, but I am gonna whisk them up. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So it's nice and smooth, which it is. Now we're adding the shredded zucchini, the flour, the baking soda and salt, and now you mix this together. And I am using a spatula for this part. And then 1 to 2 cups of chocolate chips. I have about 1.5 cups here. And I'm using the semi-sweet. Oh, you guys, it smells so good. Then I just lined my loaf pan with parchment paper, and if you know anything about parchment paper, it's not very forgiving. Once I get the weight of the batter, the parchment paper starts to behave and play nicely. All right. The butter is melted. I am pouring in a tablespoon of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar. This is going to be very clumpy, and then 1 cup of chopped pecans. So this is just making a crumble topping. And if you could smell this, oh my goodness. So put this into. All right, now what I'm going to do is to take my batter and then just put this on top. Okay, we're popping this into the oven on 350 degrees. Ladies, I just took this out of the oven. I wish you could smell this. Oh my goodness. Look at that crunchy pecan topping. Oh, I cannot wait for this to cool down so we can try out a piece. It's the first day of October. Let's do a chocolate brown makeup look today. Eyelid primer. Don't forget to powder the brows as well. Let's fill in our brows. Start on these eyes. Put some shimmer on. Then I'm going to use a chocolate brown eyeliner to tightline. Okay. Been really struggling with these dark circles lately. Enough. Let's put some foundation on. Let's put some bronzer on, some cream. Let's blend that in. That's pretty. Let's tap a little bit of the powder that goes with that over it. I'm going to use a darker blush than I normally do. Taking a clean brush and just softening all of that. Let's line our lips. Setting spray. Let's put some powder on. Under eye powder. Lipstick. And then let's top it with the Holy Grail. And just like that, my Transformation Tuesday makeup is finished. I love the chocolate browns I used today. I think it looks so pretty with this blouse, and I will see you the next time. Okay, let's get started on making our chicken. So the very first thing that I do is I use one whole chicken. The chicken I'm using today is 6 pounds, and I've already cleaned it, and I'm putting it in my pot. And then I'm just adding vegetables, whatever I have. I'll cut up about a half of an onion and throw in there because you want your broth to have so much flavor. The chicken's going to have flavor, but the broth is key. Now, can you use box broth? Of course you can. Can you use a rotisserie chicken? Of course you can. Is it going to taste as good? No. Here's about a half of a large onion. And then I have the zucchini, just this piece of zucchini that I was using in the zucchini bread, so that's a good thing. I'm taking the top off of this yellow bell pepper. I'll use the bell pepper later. You'll see what I'm going to use it for. Now what we're going to do is we're going to season this, and I'm going to take a big heaping tablespoon and a half of this caldo de pollo. It's a bouillon seasoning. It is a Hispanic one. It is by Knorr, and you find it in the Hispanic section of your grocery store. It's my favorite. I've been using it for years. And then garlic powder. Now remember, I cook and measure with my heart. So I'm using garlic powder, and I probably put 2 tablespoons in with it. Probably the same amount of black pepper. Now remember, seasoning is subjective. If you do not like it, don't use it. And I'm going to add 2 bay leaves because I think bay leaves make all soups taste good. I filled my pot with water, making sure everything is covered. And now we're going to put this on top of the range for about an hour, hour and 15 minutes. Bring it to a boil, then we'll reduce it, but it's going to be delicious. The chicken is on, and I will come back later this afternoon, and then we will get busy on making the soup. Now, as I said, you could use a rotisserie chicken, you can use pre-made broth, but it's just never going to be the same. But anyway, let me get moving on with the rest of my day. Everyone, the chicken is finished, and I am letting that cool in the pot. And just wanted to show you, look at this. This looks like something you would get in a high-end bakery for like to go with a cup of coffee. It just looks amazing and it smells so good. Let's talk about what's in this pot. I cut up 2 bell peppers, a very large onion, a jalapeno, and some carrots. I'm going to add water to this and start cooking these vegetables. And then my secret is I'm going to add 2 or 3 zucchini. I don't want to add them in right at the beginning. I'll add them in about halfway through because you do not want your zucchini to boil away to nothing. And so that is kind of a secret ingredient. And so I'm gonna get this started and then we'll come back. Okay, I have my vegetables over here. Now I forgot to tell you, I like to use an orange bell pepper or yellow or red. I'm not big on any kind of green bell pepper. Again, I'm using the caldo de pollo from Knorr, and I really like that seasoning. It's amazing, really. Oh, and I forgot, I'm going to be putting some fresh garlic in there. Season to taste, ladies. It's your kitchen, your cooking. You do what you like to do. I put 5 or 6 garlic cloves. I want to give you a little tip and trick. If you take a piece of whole garlic like this and you put a handful of them in the microwave, the skin peels right off so easily. It's amazing. I did about 8 cloves and the skin is it just slides off. So the garlic does get hot, so you need to keep that in mind. And we're just going to start this. We're going to cook this for, about 15 minutes, and then I'll add the zucchini. I just added the zucchini in, and as you can see, the pieces are quite substantial. I keep the pieces large because I want the texture to be more firm. I cooked the first part of the vegetables for 15 minutes, and since adding the zucchini, I will cook this for a total of about 30 minutes, so 15 minutes prior and 15 minutes after the zucchini. I just strained all the vegetables, and you can see how large and chunky the zucchini is. We are going to get started on preparing the soup, the vegetable mixture, and you use a blender for this portion. So what I'm going to do, all of my vegetables and putting them into a blender. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm taking 1 14.5-ounce can of diced, fire roasted diced tomatoes, 1 can of the Rotel Original. This is 10 ounces. Remember, you want it spicy. And for reference, if you know, I love Ninja products, and this is the blender that I always recommend. The best blender I've ever had. So let's turn it on, and I'm gonna pulse it. Look at that gorgeous color. And you want it like a salsa consistency. Oh, it smells so good. And now I am taking the top portion of my cilantro, and I am just adding that right there in the top. If you do not like cilantro, you can leave it out. And what I do is I taste it. It's spicy. It's so good. I think it could use some more cilantro. I just shredded all of the chicken. Of course, I took off the skin, took out all the bones and everything, and I leave it in pretty sizable pieces, and yeah, it looks wonderful. I have put the chicken into the pot. Now what I'm going to do, oops, I am going to dump all of this goodness in there. It's incredible. I just stir it around, mix it. So I'm not wasting any of those vegetables. I'm telling you, it makes the soup. Now, I will not use all of this broth, but believe me, it will not go to waste. Perfect. I used maybe half of the broth, so I'm gonna say that was probably a quart. On low. Just simmer that on low for a couple of hours. I'll turn it off. Oh my goodness, I just had to share that. This is so good. It's delicious, y'all. It tastes like fall. It tastes like a cake. It's great. The next time I make this, I would probably add only 1 cup of chocolate chips, but my husband is going to love this. Do yourself a favor, just make this bread. You will love it. Okay, the soup is ready. I put some shredded cheese on top, and I will add some corn tortillas, avocado on top. Show you how I do that. It's kind of hard with one hand. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And then you always squeeze a lime, always. And you can add cilantro, but I'm out. But I'm out of cilantro. Squeeze a lime on it. So incredibly good. Bon appetit, everybody. I want to thank all of you for being with me here today. It just means so much to me that you are here and we are growing. I hope that you'll make these recipes. I really, really do get lots of compliments on this chicken tortilla soup, and I have for 30 years, and so I hope you'll make that. And let me tell you, my husband took the chocolate chip zucchini bread. He took half of the loaf to physical therapy, and they swarmed on it and said it was absolutely delicious. And I have to say, I took that one little piece and I ate it and enjoyed every morsel of it. So before we leave, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and especially if you are new here, so that I can welcome you to the community. And I will see you the next time. Bye.